Happy Agatha All Along Day, everybody. Yay. I don't know anybody who's actually excited for this show. It has been probably the least hyped Disney Plus Marvel thing I've ever seen. This is going to be destroyed in the ratings on a level that makes The Acolyte look super successful. And I don't know when they're going to learn. I don't know why this is even being released. This should have been Batgirled. And yeah, I'm going to use that as a verb at this point, because if you remember, back to the lore, David Zaslav scrapped the Batgirl movie that was all woke and weird because it was going to destroy the Batman brand and cause problems. Well, this is an MCU total destruction right here. This is worse than She-Hulk Attorney at Law. The trailers look terrible. And I can't believe the weird marketing stunt that they're still going with. It's the same thing they were doing with The Acolyte, and I'll tell you exactly the game plan from these weird women who are out here destroying the Marvel Universe. All right, my name's John Delarose, everybody. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm a professional comic book author, as well as the most trusted name in comic news. So I cover all these things, MCU, Star Wars, and more. I want you to sign up for my newsletter. This is my place. I send out an email periodically, and you can actually get my superhero series, the starter volume, Flying Sparks, for free. It's a full graphic novel volume. Yeah, I'm crazy giving it out. You also get a novella in my steampunk series on Amazon and a old novel of mine from science fiction. So just sign up. It's in the description below. Really appreciate you guys for being there and supporting all of our books. And of course, if anything happens on the channel or anything, it'll be a good way to find me in the future. Thanks so much. So Disney is now going crazy once more. A month after Lucasfilm and Disney scrapped the gayest Star Wars project ever, actress Aubrey Plaza and other members of the cast are promoting Agatha All Along by describing it as the gayest Marvel project. Yes, this is going to go great for them. Variety asked her, I've seen the first episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree? And Aubrey Plaza goes, it better be, because that's what I signed up for. I think it is. These women do this. It's so weird. Why do you hire these people? They're just insufferable. They're unlikable. They do this stuff. It turns the fans off. It's such a bad idea. The whole concept of doing an Agatha series is ridiculous too, and it's so far beyond what Marvel is supposed to be, with Agatha as this really old crone lady coming out of the Fantastic Four. If you've ever read the books where she shows up and you find out who she is, it looks nothing like this. And so this is just something that's an abomination from the start. Of course, it's an attempt to get into that white woman single wine aunt demographic, the coveted demographic that is with Taylor Swift and her cats or whatnot. They did that, of course, with the Ahsoka last year with Star Wars, when you had the characters sitting there with their space cats and things like that. Very weird. And they're trying to push male superhero properties into that demographic, to force it. Well, women don't want to watch this stuff. At least a normal woman doesn't. And so you're then going into the weirdo blue hair people, and then you try to virtue signal to them by virtue signaling the LGBTQ stuff. And so you lose your primary audience, the 80% male demographic, 90% probably that's actually watching this, for a demographic that's 2% of the population at max. And then you wonder why it fails. And that's exactly what's going on here. She's not the only one to promote this like this, though. Actress Shashir Zamata also agreed that the show is the gayest Marvel project ever done. She said, I would agree with that. When asked to explain why, she said, You'll see when you watch it. But I think witches are queer inherently just because we are outcast. She's a real witch. Oh my gosh, this is a lot to unpack, and set aside for many reasons. And I think this show shows a really good representation of different types of people, that we can all use that power we have within to go forth and be great. Very, very crazy. So they are promoting witchcraft, I guess, and I guess she's identifying as a witch here, a queer witch at that, and saying all witches are queer. Again, this is verbatim what they did with The Acolyte earlier this year. They started off before the show saying it was going to be the gayest Star Wars ever. Of course, then we had our lesbian space witch coven in it that was head-scratching and weird and didn't make any sense. and nobody liked it. Nobody was interested in that kind of thing because it's just creepy and weird. It really, really is. And so they push that as like, I guess, trying to push the witchcraft demographic into the LGBTQ demographic. Very odd choices on that level too. But maybe that is what it is. Maybe it is witchcraft, and that's what needs to be purged from our society. I think the Puritans probably had it right. It seems like they did, because when you let these people take over things, it just leads to the destruction of our culture, very obviously. So you should probably get that out of society. Burning witches, maybe not a bad thing, but that's another story. But doing it twice is really, really weird. So we have 2 lesbian witch stories going out in a row with 2 major properties that Disney mostly has a male demographic for, trying to push into this like modern audiences kind of thing. One that just failed so spectacularly, so terribly, that like they just lost their minds about it. And here's what's going to come out of this, because obviously everybody's going to be making fun of this today and tomorrow as this show comes out. I'll see. I don't know if I can sit through this one, guys. I like to do reviews of these things, and I couldn't get to Rings of Power because like episodes were just so long. I couldn't sit through it. But this, like, I might be able to. I don't know. It's the brain damage to suffer to watch this. I don't know if I can handle it. Let me know if you want me to do a review in the comments. If enough people do, I will take those slings and arrows for you. But they start out with this marketing thing. Then they produce a show that like looks nothing like the property it's supposed to be, and it's just weird, nonsensical, bad storytelling, unlikable actresses who are just lecturing people on politics. Then they come out and they're going to complain about review bombing. They're going to say that we're review bombing. You know, it's the Marvel fans that are saying we don't want this. This is not what you should be doing with the MCU. But they're going to say we're review bombing it, right? Of course. And they're going to say, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And that's going to try to galvanize the modern audience to try to get them to come in on it. And this all started with Captain Marvel. This is exactly what they did. And enough people were still watching the MCU. It was right off the heels of the Avengers Endgame and all that people were still in on the Marvel at that point. So they were able to keep that going, and the talk made a success with that. But everything they've done now, that audience has evaporated. These modern audiences they think exist because of that movie, that's what they keep pointing towards, don't actually exist. Like I said, that was leftovers. That was the spillovers still watching the movies. Nobody's watching it anymore. We've seen it with the Disney Plus shows already. When the review bomb narrative comes out, they're going to complain that the actresses are being harassed and that they're getting all this hate, and it's all because of the toxic fans and the alt-right, just like we saw before. And this is going to be their like campaign. And I don't understand. Like, I mean, is that really a way to sell a TV show? Like, I mean, that doesn't make me want to watch it. I don't know if it makes anybody want to watch it. But maybe it's just like a way to get their jobs preserved. Maybe they're actually doing those marketing sort of things to like as some sort of legal thing, so Marvel can't fire them, or they hope that they don't get canceled because of it. Because of, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. But this is clearly what they're trying to do. They're going to do the exact same playbook they just did earlier this summer, and I don't see it working. Again, you have the exact same scenario. You have this like weird, unlikable cast. You've got people like that you don't relate to. People that you are not interested in following, that are going out there and pretending like they're like superstars and awesome and all that. And this is where it goes. So everybody keeps, and with Variety keeping asking this is clearly on orders from Disney. I mean, it's not like it was like a one-off thing. Actor Joe Locke says that it's got so many layers, definitely gay is one of them. When asked about being in 2 gay shows back-to-back, he said, I think that's also one of the great things about the show, is that Heartstopper, the queerness, is the plot of the show, whereas this is like teens queer. There's queer characters in the show. I mean, gosh, they're openly grooming. This is just sick. I mean, these people need to be in mental institutions. There's queer characters in the show, but it's not like the driving force of the plot, which I think is really great. It's really nice having all these positive queer characters in the show. It's great. Well, it's not going to be great for ratings. This is pretty obviously going to fail spectacularly. We're going to laugh at it the whole way, so I'm glad you're here with us. But that's the marketing plan. I mean, at this point, it does not work. It's insanity to try it over and over and over again. That's the definition of insanity. And they're going for it anyway. Disney is in for a world of hurt again as they're destroying the MCU brand. Like I said, this should have been backrolled. This should have been scrapped. They punted this for a long time. Nobody ever wanted this show to begin with, even without all this crap. Now it's just making it completely insufferable for them to even go at. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please sign up for my newsletter. It's in the description below. And, of course, check out my links in the description as well. I've got books on my store on Amazon. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. We'll be back soon.